Hey friend, welcome to Self-Transformed, a podcast dedicated to transforming your health in less time and guilt-free through the power of habit hacking. This isn't your typical wellness podcast, friend, so hang on tight. I'm your host, Emily Nichols, habit and fitness coach and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I know the struggle is real when it comes to taking care of you. As a busy working mom myself, my clients and I have felt physically and emotionally drained, but lack the time and confidence to actually make ourselves a priority. Plus, all the health advice out there is so confusing and overwhelming, right? Redefining what true health really means paired with habit strategy from the female perspective has been the key to empowering my clients and even myself to finally create a consistent, healthy lifestyle that doesn't feel hard or just like another thing on your long to-do list. I'm now on a mission to equip you with these same sustainable habit hacks and affordable tools to help reset your habits in any season of your life in order to help you thrive. So if you're ready to habit hack your health and create your transformation together, then let's do this. Hey gang, welcome to a very special bonus episode of Self-Transformed. I hope you are having a great week. I hope you're able to take some time off of work and enjoy a lot of those family traditions, time together most importantly, and feeling very grateful for all of the blessings in your life. I feel very grateful that you're here, that you listen to this show. And I'm so excited to share some more Black Friday sales with you today. I wanted to take a moment to really kind of give you an overview of how I work with my clients before I kind of share what these Black Friday sales look like and the reasoning behind the programming that I offer. So let's first talk about your own success path. What does that look like, my friend? So I share this with a lot of the girls that are coming into the Habit Hacking Society. I share it with everyone in my programs because I want to give you a visualization of maybe where you are and where you could go, and also be okay that you might be at different points of this success path at different seasons of your life. So let's talk about it a little bit. So I like to divide this success path into 5 different steps, okay? So the first point you might be at is the breaking point, all right? So you're overwhelmed. You need a change. You're just barely surviving the day-to-day. We've all been there. There's some days I feel like this, like just for a moment or for like an hour throughout the day, right? But if you're consistently feeling like this, you might be stuck at that first point. The second point is maybe you're starting to explore. You're exploring and Googling how to take care of you. You're trying to figure out, well, what healthy habits do I want to do? But you're not really sure how to make it work in your busy life. And maybe you just need more accountability, right? You have tried your own self-accountability, but you just haven't been able to make it work. We just don't have that discipline. Which I find a lot of the folks coming into all of my programming, that's where a lot of us are, is that exploring. Like we know we know what we want to do, but we're just kind of exploring, and maybe it's getting a little overwhelming on where to start. Number 3 is you are taking action. So you're starting to execute some habits, but maybe not so consistently. And you're slowly starting to add in more healthy habits. Maybe there's one habit that has really been working well for you. Maybe it's just drinking water throughout the day, which is so good for you, not just physically, but I think it also helps you mentally. I feel like when we're dehydrated, sometimes we confuse that as being hangry or tired, or we have those headaches, right? So you're taking action. You're starting to slowly add in more, but maybe it's just not consistent, right? Or maybe you want to do more, but you're not sure where to start. Number 4, you have a mindset shift. You've lost the guilt, and your loved ones see the benefit too of you executing healthy habits and taking care of yourself. Everyone wins. Everyone wins. I know I finally had made that mindset shift when my kids are like, hey, mom, have you gone on a walk today, or have you done this? Because they're like, girl, you need to. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I don't feel guilty then. And you have a plan in place, and you're using habit strategies, right? You're using basic habit strategies maybe you've learned as a student of mine or just listening to the show. And lastly, you're thriving. You have that plan in place. You're using habit strategies, but most importantly, you're able to pivot as life changes. You're able to pivot those habits, adjust as necessary, and you're in that state of flow. We've talked about that. You've heard me say that a lot. Like you're moving and grooving, you're feeling good with your healthy habits. So either breaking point, exploring, action, mindset shift, or thriving. And like I said, you might be at different points of this own success path for yourself at different points in your life. And the transformation is going to happen once you have these tools in place to help you create, maintain, and pivot your habits through all seasons of your life. I think as women, especially as working moms, we have to think about habits differently. I was listening to a webinar from someone else who's a habit expert like me, and she made a really good point that I wanted to share with you all. Is as women, we have to think about habits differently. I recommend so many tools here. I love BJ Fogg's Tiny Habits. I love Atomic Habits by James Clear. There's so many different habit books I have read that are on my shelf and in my Audible library that I have kind of put into my own programming from a female perspective. We have to think about it differently. It's one thing to be like, okay, just do these 3 steps and you'll have a new habit. And it's like, but you don't understand the invisible load I'm carrying around as a mother, and that, I have to have a little bit more flexibility. I think what happens a lot of times, and let me know if you agree with this, send me a message on Instagram at Emily Nichols too. I think we maybe fail at a habit, and I say fail in quotes because, your kid gets sick and needs to be picked up from school and you were getting ready to go work out or meal prep. Or, you're a caretaker for someone else and you have to go tend to them. Or, oh, whoopsies, your kid forgot their homework. Or, oh, you want to make dinner. All these things come up and we push our things to the side because sometimes we have to, right? We just have to. And I think we get frustrated when we aren't able to be consistent over time. And we're like, well, you hear me say, oh, it takes 21 days to form a habit. Maybe it takes a little bit longer for us, right? It might get into that state of like, okay, now I'm building up some consistency. But I think we have to have consistency paired with flexibility, right? We have to be flexible and give ourselves a little more grace that, hey, maybe that didn't happen today, but tomorrow's going to be a new day and I'm going to try harder, and know that maybe this is just going to take me a little bit longer, okay? I'm being super real with you right now because I've seen it. I've heard it from the clients I work with. I hear it from the girls in the Habit Hacking Society. And I don't want you to be frustrated. I want you to be consistently flexible. Okay. So, and I work really hard to listen to your feedback from my clients, the girls in the society, listeners, and just know, like I said, you might be on different phases of that path at different points of your life. But my main goal is to always have a program geared at habit strategy paired with your fundamental needs. So we don't get overwhelmed. If we're like, oh my gosh, I got to do all these things. We're going to talk about just basic habit strategy paired with your fundamental needs. I only focus on mindset, movement, and food freedom and various habits underneath that, depending on specifically what you need. It's completely customizable, right? So we then figure out what we need in this season of our life. So the way I work with my clients, kind of think of this as your success path as a habit hacker with us, okay? So there's the transformation shop. You can come in, you can grab a habit tracker, you can grab a tracker specifically towards one of those specific fundamental needs if you're not ready to stack other habits yet, because, tiny little steps at a time, right? Be less overwhelming. So you can go grab a tracker and see how that tool works for you. Or maybe you need a community. Maybe you need more consistency, not just over like a 4 or 6 week period. You're like, girl, I need this all the time. So that's why I have the Habit Hacking Society. It's an affordable way to still work with me, to still be in a group setting and continue maintaining and creating consistent healthy habits, and doing it in a group where you are giving grace and you're learning how to give yourself grace, as well as you learn how to be flexible because life happens, right? And then lastly, there's programs, courses, and one-on-one intensives. So you can find all this on my website, emily-nichols.com. You can see it all linked in the show notes, just to kind of give you an idea how I work with folks. I want to give you an overall picture, because I feel like as the world has changed over the past few years, I have to think about differently how I can work with you and best serve you best wherever you're at on that success path. Okay? So with that being said, like I said, I listen to you all a lot. I think about where I've been, where I am, where I'm going. I'm not that further ahead than you. I still struggle a lot. I was just talking so mean about myself in all transparency to my husband the other night, and he was like, you of all people, and what you teach on your podcast, and you are sitting here talking so mean about yourself. Like, I need a mindset reset. There's journal pages on the Transformation Shop. I need to print those out and use those. But with that being said, about every quarter, I kind of evaluate the programs and services that I offer. It's been evolving a lot over this past year. I'm so excited. And with that being said, my signature program I've had for the past almost 2 years, Self-Transform You. You create a plan in 4 weeks to help you create a consistent, healthy habit plan. That's what it is. And as I've worked with clients and I've heard from listeners, I'm going to be launching a new revamped STU 2.0, if you will. It won't be called Self-Transform You anymore in the new year. So in January, there is a new signature program coming. It's going to be a big group coaching program with live coaching with me, one-on-one coaching with me for you and me as well, and a bunch of other things. I'm not going to share any about it with you, though, until about December 8th, okay? I just want to focus on the programs that I do have available to you now, and Self-Transform You is a wonderful program. But we will be sunsetting Self-Transform You at the end of 2022. And in 2023, this new group program will be launched. It will be available as a standalone course as well after we launch it. But I'm super excited. Just with working with my girls in the society and one-on-one clients and Whole30 clients and everyone, I wanted to create a more comprehensive program that made sense where you are at on that success path, to give you that plan, but also a really big focus on consistent flexibility and thinking about how we do habit strategy and health paired together from a female perspective. You know, because all those books I mentioned, they're great. I love them. I love the strategy, but they're written by men. Let's just be real. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, you know, feminist, girl power, or whatever. It's just the truth, right? We think differently. We live life differently. Okay? So with that being said, Self-Transform You is 50% off, okay? You can do the standalone course. You can also do STU Next Level. You can start it, and we can wait and do calls together later on if you want to after the holidays, where we are going to work more one-on-one with STU Next Level, or you can get the standalone course. So the Habits That Stick Starter Kit is always going to be included with that. That mini course is not going away. We'll probably revamp that in the new year as well, because I love that, because it teaches just basic habit strategy. But at the end of 4 weeks in STU, you'll have a customized healthy habit plan for yourself. That's what it is, plain and simple. So it's 50% off. You'll use the code STU50 to get 50% off. And I'll share a website with you here at the end where you'll be able to see all of this. Okay? You can still get the bundle in the new Transformation Shop, like I just mentioned to you. So if you buy the Fundamental Needs bundle, you will get the Habits That Stick Starter Kit for 50% off. It's over like $230 worth of value for $40. Like, no brainer. And my other courses, the Habits That Stick Starter Kit on its own, if you just want that on its own, I would get the bundle because it would save you more money and you get these extra downloads. But if you want just the Habits That Stick Starter Kit, my Whole30 Anytime course and my plant-based Whole30 Anytime course. If we're new here, hi, I'm an advanced Whole30 certified coach and plant-based Whole30 certified coach. These were like my OG courses I first created when I started working on digital products for my friends, my clients. You're my friends too. But if you're wanting to really dig deeper into your food freedom, those would be the courses to do it. If you're interested in doing the Whole30, or if you've tried and never been able to accomplish it on your own, usually the folks that work with me on a Whole30, they've done it before, but they're like, girl, I need some accountability. I need some help with my reintroduction and food freedom. Okay. So those courses are all 30% off. You can use the code Black Friday 30. All you got to do is go to bit.ly/self-transformed Black Friday. Okay. It's all listed there. Everything's linked there for you. You can just go to one site and figure out if you want to go to the shop, get the bundle, if you want to get STU 50% off, or you want to grab one of my other courses for 30% off. You can go to that website. I'll have it linked in the show notes for you as well. But I'm really excited about the direction we're going, and I'll be sharing more starting December 8th about the new program that is coming, what that's going to look like, how I'm making it work for you as a busy working mom. Because I know I have bought courses before, and I'm like, this sounds great, but oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming. I can't even like start it or do it. So we're going to have a lot of accountability pieces in there together to make sure you get it done and help you from there. And of course, you can always come join the Habit Hacking Society at any time. I love my girls and the society. We've been talking about gratitude all month. And December, if you want to come join us, we're talking about wintertime habits. So a lot of times, it's gray, it's cold, sometimes we get the winter blues. So we're going to talk about, for the month of December, having a habit plan in place. So that's linked in the show notes too, if you want to come join us in the society and become a habit hacker with us. So I want to ask you this, where do you see yourself on that success path? Where do you see yourself at today? Where do you want to be? And what kind of a tool did I mention here today? This is happening until December 2nd, by the way. So I'll give you a whole week after Thanksgiving. And I hope you feel there's something here to help you get back on track with your healthy habits, because you deserve to take care of yourself. But we have to have some strategy, we have to have some accountability, and we have to have that consistent flexibility. And maybe you just need that extra accountability with me as your coach. So go grab one of those digital products on sale for you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Everything's linked in the show notes, and I'll catch up with you later this week for Habit Hack Thursday. I'll see you then, friend. Hey girl, real quick before you go, if you want some free motivation texted to you every week to help you habit hack your health, send me your favorite emoji to 773-904-2157 to sign up for my weekly pump-up text. I can't wait to catch up with you there. And if you have any quick questions for me or feedback, it's me on the other end, so text me back, friend. And if you love the show, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way more mamas can find the show. Tag me in your Instagram stories at Emily Nichols22 what you love about the show. Show me your review so I can shout you out. Love and appreciate you, friend. I'll see you next time.